I'll be taking this new content. No torpedoes.
I should have brought that money down here.
Oh, we on? Oh shit! My bad.
Yo, down to the wire 513. Live back in the building.
Hey, we everywhere. We everywhere right now.
Literally everywhere. Where's that?
Bros,
There we go.
Bros, just not gonna tell me when the show about the story.
Hey, now, Rand's about with it. Well, I tell you twice, plug in.
Yeah, he said twice.
I thought he was just. I ain't really. All right, that's my fault.
We live everywhere, man. We live on
Periscope on Twitter.
Periscope,
YouTube,
Twitter.
YouTube Live, and Facebook Live.
Facebook.
What's up, man? What's up?
What up, man? We live everywhere.
How y'all brothers feeling though? Another week.
Another day, another dollar, another day to be blessed to be breathing, brother.
Yes, another day to get it right. You know?
Say that again. Say that again.
Or to get it wrong.
Yeah. I'll get it right.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man, that's funny.
Anyway, man, 2 more weeks until college football season starts. 3 more until the NFL starts, man. So, as we've seen, NFL about to start to narrow down their roster. You guys got cut this week. Big name that got cut. Tim Tebow.
Man, last time we talked about Tebow, we was having a big argument.
I was about to say last time let's not repeat that.
Oh yeah, that was last time we talked about Tebow.
Last time we talked about Tebow.
All I'm gonna say is Rand felt very strongly about Tim Tebow.
Shit, I haven't even had that opportunity. But
hey, Shannon Sharp said the same thing.
He got cut, man, for a reason. You should not have had that opportunity. That's all I'm gonna say. Film don't lie.
Film does not lie. That block was terrible.
Film don't lie.
He's a quarterback.
He
Worse than
the first film I seen him trying to play tight end. Worse than that.
I'll give you, and he did look bad. It made my argument look kind of bad, but going back, it made my argument look bad, and it's making me laugh about it now. It's like, dang, Tim, you made me look bad. But I will say this: I don't think that looking back at it now, I still think that he deserved, not now, but I still think that he deserved a shot at quarterback, because he kind of when he was playing, because he kind of got blackballed, not because he sucked completely. Like, he was good enough to be a backup in the NFL for sure, bro. But he was kneeling, he was for Christ, and like and he was a social pariah. And that's why he didn't get a shot to be at least a backup. Because I mean, you think about it, he won the that playoffs game with the Steelers, and
then what did he do the following week?
He lost, but
got embarrassed.
But I hear you. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying he necessarily was a star, but he didn't get a shot to be a backup. I mean, he started. What was he? 8-8.
That 1 year, yep.
Yeah, he was good enough to be at least get a shot, at least, and then if it falls through, you don't think so? Yeah, but like when he's playing, he shouldn't have been just out the league that quick.
He wasn't though. I mean, he went to Philly, couldn't beat out. I forget who the quarterback was there, but couldn't beat them out. Then he went to the Jets, couldn't beat them out. And what y'all always tell me, when that film come out, they know how to game plan for you.
The game plan, you ain't got that much to work against. Work with.
And when he was in New York, that's when the first experiment to try him out other positions happened. Now, I will say that, like, if a team wanted to bring him back, if you'd have had like that full time when he was younger to try to switch to tight end, like that full off season, okay, I give you that.
I think, but I don't think that he was getting cut completely because of skill back then. Is what I'm saying. You know what I just said earlier. He was a distraction. He was. You remember? I'm not even talking about he wasn't a starter. I think he was good enough to be a backup. That's all I'm saying. That's not saying much. I felt like he was at least in the top 64 quarterbacks in the NFL at the time. And
throwing the rock,
I said about the third string.
No, man, I mean, but the record speaks for itself. I mean, he was winning games
1 year.
And that's the only time he really got to play.
I mean, but as you say, you get camp, you get a chance to beat out the following player next year. And,
Yeah,
he didn't beat him out.
Well, I don't think it was just because
I'm sure he played a preseason game.
It's not because he just didn't beat him out though. A lot of it was because he was a social distraction. He was. I mean, the news articles around that could show you that he was a social distraction wherever he went.
It was enough though.
Yeah.
And
It depends.
And at the end of the day, he's a white guy.
Yeah, he's a white guy.
Yeah, I hear you, but it depends. But when you get blackballed or they like, he's not all as good. Let's say he didn't have any of that social things going on, and he had the same skill, but I think he would at least been a backup.
So are you telling me right here on Down to the Wire 513 that he got blackballed because he praised Jesus?
Yes.
Wow. Then that.
Well, it's not the fact that he was a Christian. It was the fact that it's not the fact that he was a Christian. It was the fact that he was getting so much social attention that he was a distraction in the locker room. It wasn't risk. I mean, cost. It wasn't worth it.
So you basically trying to say that he was getting too much attention to be a backup.
That too. Yeah, that too. Yes, essentially. That's what. Yeah, like
he was too much of a media grab to be.
Yeah, like to what I'm saying.
He's backing up somebody's gonna be when he gonna put Tebow in.
And he ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? But he was good enough to be a backup, is what I'm saying. And that's just my opinion. I'm not
back up, but he was definitely qualified to be back up.
There you go. I'll take that. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, if you could say whether he's good enough.
Like you say, he's a white guy,
and he was winning some games. He was
terrible. He didn't have a terrible showing.
Right. So
at all times. I won't say
right. I give it to. I feel like he had the resume to at least be a backup.
Resume and connections.
Yeah, that too. That's fine. But
right,
with that him getting all that attention, it's like we don't need that attention to get him in just because.
Almost like the Cam Newton aspect before he got with the Patriots. It was like we I mean, sure he could be a backup, but is he going to be a backup? No, he's not. Like he's almost too much of an alpha to be a backup.
I'm trying to think.
I think Tebow is like Urban Meyer says, I think he's an alpha man. I think he's an alpha. He's a leader, a natural born leader.
For sure.
So I think in the locker room he's going to naturally take charge. And he's like, I think you're not that guy right now, so you can't do that.
I don't know if they probably need Trevor Lawrence. I don't know what kind of leader he is. They had so many alpha men on the Clemson team. On that team, you ain't got to talk. You can just just go to the ball. But I looking back at it now, we had the heated exchange, and you guys are right. There's a lot of young guys that probably deserve that opportunity before him. But I'm not mad that he got it. It's always cool to see people pursue the dream. I think Tim Tebow, he'll be. I don't feel bad for him. He'll be very well off. He'll either get another job commentating, but I think
he'll go right back to ESPN.
I think Tebow would. He gets the personality to be a great coach. Maybe not in the NFL, but even if he has the money where he could go to a high school and be a great high school coach.
And turn the program around.
Or if it is, exactly. Because he'll get kids to come to school, and he might, if he ever looked into being a college coach, he might be good at that too.
I think he would be a good college coach, especially now with NIL.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd be good. I think he's a great college coach, but I think he would be a good NFL coach too. Honestly, I don't know what exactly he would coach. I'm not trying to shade him and saying he's not skilled or nothing, but just saying he didn't make it as a quarterback, so I'm not sure what he would coach. But him in the locker room, I think is a very good fit for him. He's just a very natural born football leader. He has that football spirit.
See, we'll just create a spot for him. Motivational speaker. Every team needs to have a motivational speaker.
Ray Lewis.
Halftime, come in when y'all down,
We hurting, but we're not done.
Come in, you want to say a nice strong prayer. Y'all come back out there rocking.
I mean, I'm pretty sure his time with Jacksonville, he's made some connections on there. So guys can now have that connection to reach out to him. Hey, if guys do need a pep talk or just some advice, you can call Tebow now. So
we think I don't know. We don't know how he was perceived in the locker room with being that he got this opportunity where he probably deserved. We don't know how I don't know. I ain't heard nothing.
There's some people that love him out there. I bet you Trim and Trevor Lawrence was able to get tight. And honestly, it was probably what T said originally. He was just bringing him in for Trevor Lawrence to like, hey, this how you be a leader. I remember you saying that back then, and it's like, you know, and if it worked out, it worked out. You know what I'm saying? Urban knew it probably wasn't going to, but it's like if it does, I'll give him a shot.
Right.
But you know, I looking. This probably was more so for what T said. Like, come in, bring him, show Trevor Lawrence how to lead.
Yeah,
but then,
young guys back there,
then he played so bad. He's like, bro, I gotta cut you after week 1, bro.
You see that block on the other guy?
Yeah, he's
on
like,
our team, bro. You can't do
that. Tebow wasn't upset. He said, yeah. Thanks, Herb. I got. You just gave me a shot at a dream. I just wanted to see if I could do it. I'm always here for people with that. Like, I just want to see if I can do it. You know what I mean?
Because if you would have kept Tebow after week 1, that would have proved your point to be right. I mean, like I said, we didn't think he deserved to get that spot in the first place. But now, if he would have stayed on the team past week 1, after the video came out, it's like, okay,
yeah, it was no more discrepancies. It was no more discrepancies. What we were saying was just speculation, but then it was like, yeah. Then I'm like, yeah, boy, this is it. He don't need to be.
Hey,
then he would have had to come out at some point, and at least like he didn't cut him. Was like, hey, this is like a Udonis Haslam situation. Yeah, like and then it was like, yeah, like, you know, if he ever gets in, we up 40, then he gets in. Yeah. But he's here just
be playing, you know, no snaps.
Right.
But yeah, man, we got a live listener on Periscope right now on Twitter. My boy Tins, man. He said he actually really do the same, Doc, about the whole Jesus thing. He said, you know, they've had he said Tebow was the Christian Laettner of college football. He said, which don't mean shit to us as, you know, as niggas, but he said to the whites it means something. He said as a white man, why didn't NFL, you know, push him more? You know, there are other quarterbacks who are not good thrive. Why not someone is like Tebow with that kind of star power, that kind of media pool? Why not let Tebow get that star power? And he said he think it had to be his fate. I don't know,
bro. I'm telling.
He just had to back it up. He just had to back it up on the field. If he backed it up on the field, the media has no problem pushing Tebow, making him the face of the league.
But you know what though? People hated. I'm not sure why they hated him, because I mean, it's predominantly Christian. He's a predominantly Christian nation. He's white, but they hated it. Like, because he wasn't that great, and then when he did do good things, it was like it pissed people off. Like, I'm not sure why Tim Tebow got the media attention that he was getting. Well, you know, as far the bad media attention.
True, man. Like Tim said, maybe it is his faith, man. Shout out Tim as well, man, for watching.
I don't think it's necessarily because he was a Christian, but people just like,
maybe it had something to do with that though. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, because you know that they I don't know. I really don't know, because you know Drew Brees is very out there with his faith as well. You know, he got pushed. He got the push as the face of the league at one point. I don't know if he's the full-fledged face of the league, but he was definitely up there.
Look, this was just I'm saying, when you could just go up and look at it. Tim Tebow blackball by him because of cult-like following, media craze.
He does have a cult-like fan.
And that, I'm telling you, if he didn't have that, he would at least. I'm not saying he would have had a whole bunch of longevity, but his career would have went on a couple more years. That's all I'm telling you. That's my opinion.
I don't know, man.
I'm not telling you, but I agree. I agree how you reworded it. Maybe he wasn't good enough to be, but he was qualified to be a backup in NFL.
Yeah.
It's some, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it was some worse backups than
it's a lot of bad quarterbacks.
Like
on some franchise.
But yeah, his like.
I mean, 5 years in the league though. 2010, his last year was 2015.
I mean, he lasted 5 years. That's longer than the average NFL career.
I forgot he went to New England. Obviously, he wasn't gonna be Brady at the quarterback spot. But that was a tight end though. That was first year he transitioned to tight end, and I guess they didn't use it. But and then also it didn't help too. I remember like coming out of college, man. Like he had all the hype around him coming off 2 national championships, and then he was drafted higher than expected. Wasn't no top 10 pick. He took in his first round, and I'm trying to pull up the draft here.
That's true too.
And just thinking about it, who got took after Tebow?
Yeah, after Tebow turned out to be better than Tebow.
Because I remember that was a big controversy when Josh McDaniels, the head coach of the Broncos, moved up to
that was crazy.
The drafting.
Tennis also said Tebow was playing QB so professional than why is Urban Meyer NFL coach now? I think that's because Urban Meyer has the success. That's just a long time.
Urban Meyer, Urban
Meyer,
Meyer, top five
college
coach of all time.
Yeah, that's why he got that.
I don't even think that's debatable.
Yeah, that's why, because he had several different programs, successful, in his college career. And NFL to look for the next, they want to pull. They're looking for the next trend.
I'm saying, and who says it's going to work? I mean, Nick Saban went to the
I don't think
NFL.
it is.
I don't think so either. I think part of Urban's Aurora is that he can go to any kid's room and so come on, man.
I think that's
there's only one coach. I'm sorry, go ahead. There's only one coach that I think is better than him at that's in the last 10 years, which is Nick Saban. It's only because he's won so many championships where he can almost guarantee. Look, if you come here within 4 years, you're winning at least one championship, maybe two.
To who he got in the league. Should have got.
I think that's the only guy right now that can out recruit Urban in the sense of, and I won't even say because Ohio State had better technical recruiting classes some of the times, but that's the only guy I think that can really recruit like him, and you can't recruit in the NFL, baby.
Nah, you can't. I don't think he's gonna be that big because of the power. You don't have that much power in the NFL.
Yeah, I want to, and it's more of a players' league too. Coaching does matter. Obviously, coaching matters of more. And definitely more. But it's like
the star quarterbacks league. If Trevor Lawrence becomes so good, he don't want you to Urban, you're gonna be gone.
Facts.
That's facts.
And that's the only reason. That's the only reason I feel like Urban wanted this shot. He could have stayed retired easily. But the fact that Jacksonville had a number 1 pick, Trevor Lawrence was coming out. It's like, why not? Why not test my waters in the NFL? I never did it before.
Yeah. He's supposed to be sick or something. I thought that's why.
He was medically really kind of retired.
Yeah.
But he also he probably thinking like, hey, if this don't work out, I ain't never want to come back anyway. So if it don't work out, I don't really care.
Yeah, I'm a legend regardless. Bro, he could go 0-17, and that's not gonna change the way anybody thinks about his coaching. They're gonna be like, oh, he's just not an NFL coach. That's simple.
His pocket's gonna be a lot fatter, so he don't get 2 shits, man. I wouldn't need the power, so I would.
Same thing with John Calipari, Rick Pitino. Yep, yes,
he paid more.
Yeah, just not an NBA coach. They're not a professional coach. Go back to what you're doing good at, and he don't even have to go back.
I don't think he will go back.
Just go back.
Yeah,
coach pros in college.
He'll go back, have his job with Fox, call games, and.
If I was him, I would go be a high school coach. Right. I just feel like, I mean, if you ain't got nothing else to do, you know what I'm saying? It's way less stress.
I think he would take it too serious, make it that stressful.
Make it stressful. Yeah. Yeah, he is that kind of guy.
He that kind of guy that go there and be very particular and just ruin the whole experience.
I don't know though. The kids would love it. Like Urban Meyer. Yeah, bro. I mean, because if you halfway decent, you going to school somewhere. I mean, like it might not even if it's D2. I mean, D2 football don't get, but stuff you're going to get your school paid for it. Yeah, if you
paid for it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere. Oh man.
LSD, we got drafted.
Since we still talking about football.
Ain't no names really.
Andy Dalton.
I mean, Gronk.
What? Huh?
No, I'm just saying some names that got drafted after Tebow that's standing out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But ain't no real quarterbacks really standing out though. Yeah, Colt McCoy, Jimmy Clausen.
I thought Colt McCoy was gonna be so good, bro. I'm not. He just was. He was amazing in college, bro.
He was really good.
Right.
He is amazing. Like
really good.
He was a spectacular player. Right. But it's those small guys. Everybody can't Drew Brees. Like your Johnny Manziel. Well, I can't even count Johnny Manziel. He. We'll never know if he, what his talent would have really been.
He's smaller guy.
You know what I'm saying? Johnny Manziel was doing the drugs and he just
party, literally too hard.
But I mean, he's good. His family got oil money. So.
I don't know what y'all feel about
that.
And I'm gonna be like, I didn't watch each rookie play this past Saturday, but I'm hearing a lot of analysts coming out, and especially one saying this could be the best rookie quarterback class of all time.
But I don't even watch preseason football really.
So how you gonna? I'm thinking just how you gonna judge it off preseason football. I mean, Justin Fields came out and said
He looked really good.
he looked good and said that it felt slow when he played. Like the league, it
he was
felt
playing
slow.
against like second stringers. So
Yeah, because everybody else say when it get really started that the game speeds up a whole lot.
Also playing against guys who are fighting for spots on the team, not playing against guys who are getting paid like already guaranteed salaries to be on the team. So
that are hey, RG3 had to learn that these are assassins out here too. That's what the assassins.
Well, health cost him.
Well, yeah. Guess what? Because he learned the hard way that there were assassins coming to crush you.
And he didn't listen to the doctors. He came back way too early.
Well, that was Mike Shanahan's fault, but that's neither here nor there. A lot of players got to get that welcome to the NFL, and he'll get his.
He's gonna get it.
I'm not saying he's gonna get hurt, but every quarterback gets their welcome to the NFL hit, and you're like, ooh.
Hopefully, he don't get hurt for you.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just a hit. It's just about they'll exposing. Like he'll go out and have throw 3 interceptions in a game. It's like.
But normally it's a hit though. Normally it's a hit though, where you be like, man, that was his welcome to the NFL, boy. Welcome to the NFL, friend. Since the game's so slow.
Now I think he was a little misquoted too.
Aaron Donald
the question he was asked kind of like how did it feel out there playing. He didn't act like compared to college. He just
Speaking on Justin Fields, Andy Dalton said, this is still my time, baby. He said Justin Fields gonna have a great career, but this is still my time, and people are upset about it. I mean, whether you believe it's Andy's time or not, I don't know what you want Andy Dalton to say. What is he supposed to say? Is he supposed to roll over?
Like this kid come in and just be the starting quarterback without a fight?
When he signed to be the starting quarterback,
I mean, Nick Foles said something the other week when it was talking about him being traded to the Colts. Like, basically saying like he feels like he's better, like he's better than just third string reps, but basically taking a shot at Chicago for having him out there being a third string quarterback. Wants another look, basically. What do you want a Super Bowl winning quarterback to say?
He should be more than a third string quarterback. Now, if he's a third string, bar, people definitely should.
Facts.
But Nick Foles definitely should be, higher than third.
That's a Super Bowl MVP.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
man. Crazy.
Beat the GOAT.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Whatever.
But I mean, Andy Dalton's saying all the right things. I don't know why people are mad at him for it. I mean, I bet it's mainly Chicago Bears fans who wants Justin Fields to start, or other people who feel like Fields should start. But Nagy already came out and said Dalton will probably be his week 1 starter, and it's Dalton's job to lose, man.
I think, I think that's the right thing to do. I think quarterbacks do better when they get to sit back and just watch a little bit. And Andy Dalton got a lot to teach a guy like Justin Fields as far as taking on that leadership role. Because I mean, he came in his first year and he took the Bengals to the playoffs, right? Him and AJ Green,
right.
And that's that was a big accomplishment. And people really, in his first 3 years, people don't forget, Andy Dalton was breaking a lot of records and things of that nature. But the team didn't do as well, and I don't get how he's got the reputation for being for being garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he the greatest? No. Is he an A-level quarterback? No. B. Yeah, B level. It's just a B tier somewhere. Even if it's a lower B, even if we talking about B minus or something. But he ain't. Yeah. But people just say he's like garbage, and he's not garbage.
He's definitely like you said. What he's supposed to say? I definitely don't think Justin Fields should start the season out, especially if they ain't the first game against the Rams.
Yeah,
you don't want to start against Aaron Donald. That ain't how you want to start.
If they're smart, they better not.
You don't want to start. Hey, you don't want. That's not the welcome to the NFL you want.
If you're smart, black.
Let Andy take that beating.
He'll figure it out.
They said let Andy go take that beating.
Let Justin sit on the sidelines and watch Andy figure it out. But yeah, man, definitely start the season that way. Andy Dalton. Now, if he starts sticking up the joint,
Yeah, definitely bring him in. I mean,
definitely,
if he's sticking up the joint, the Bears are already eliminated from the playoffs. Yeah.
Well, yeah, even if he's just playing average and they not gonna make the playoffs, then put him in. Because that happens all the time. It doesn't hurt Andy Dalton. He gets to go somewhere else, get another job, probably be in the backup at that point. But it don't. And I don't think Andy Dalton's gonna be, because he's not a bad quarterback. I think he'll be average, and and I think he'll come with him being average. He'll have one bad game, and then Justin Fields will get to come in. It'll be a game where they're getting blown out, and then that Justin Fields will come in and like, oh, okay, the kid look decent. Justin Fields gonna start next week.
What week you think it's gonna be?
6-7.
Well, by then you will know what the Bears will do.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Long as after week 5, I'm cool.
Because I feel like when you come in week 1, the expectations are just so sky high.
I mean,
and they unrealistic.
But the thing is with Chicago is
cold too.
Yeah. But not only,
I know. I just said I know they don't have nothing to do with nothing, but I just thought about it like, man, it's cold.
But they defense is crazy.
It's really good.
I mean, and
it can help a quarterback look good.
I would say, and even even say Andy Dalton comes in and loses like close games each week. Fans will be thinking.
Oh, fans will be
thinking like,
they're gonna be on this.
What if Justin Fields was in there? Maybe Justin Fields could have made more plays than Andy Dalton.
Yeah. You gotta think about the players too. I've been hearing that the players are more so sold on Justin Fields than Andy Dalton. So if your players, defensive players as well, if your defense was gonna win your games and they want Justin Fields out there, it's gonna be hard to not put him out there.
I mean, and going back to his comments when he said, I can't say Stephen A. Had, I think, a very solid point about why he thought the league was slow. Yes, he was playing against second strings and guys trying to make the roster spot, but in practice, he's going against a very good first team in Bears defense. So if you're playing against the best of one of the best defenses in the league, it may look a little slow.
Yeah.
Granted, you know what the defensive plan is, so the holes and everything in it. But still, it's still Khalil Mack. It's still yeah. Now, like I said, he will get that walk to the NFL moment when teams start planning for him and creating game plans for him.
And then a little film on him, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be slow no more. It ain't gonna be slow no more.
But I'm not truly mad at him for saying his first preseason game looks slow.
I'm not mad at him at all. They asked him a question.
Because he's playing against some of his peers. I feel like, if you ask me, he's playing against a lot of other people that's trying to get in.
He's like, I was playing against better defense than Ohio State. I'm cool.
Facts though. Like think about it. You playing up against other bums. You playing up? Yeah.
He was there for just building. In practice with him, seeing him on the field. Like, come on, bro.
So who he playing against right now is, hate to say it, other bums or rookies.
Yeah.
Which is the people he's been whooping their ass.
Yeah, it's either bums. Yeah, he said either rookies or either guys, young guys who are trying to make it to the league, or older guys past their prime, still trying to hang on.
Right. So
it's like, of course he's gonna look. You should.
It should look slow.
You should think they're slow. If you would have said, "Man, it was tough," it would have been a problem.
Because you ain't seen Aaron Donald yet. And he's fast. And he's built like The Rock. And as we all know, the president ain't no little guy.
Yeah.
Well, and he moves 10 times faster.
You ain't seen these guys coming at you.
Hopefully the Bears' offensive line is decent to where he doesn't have to get familiar with those guys.
Oh well, he's gonna get familiar. Hopefully, just not often.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, not often.
They gonna get felt.
They gonna touch him up.
Yeah, that's what they gonna get felt.
Touch him up.
Sure. Man. Oh.
Wish him the best luck. He's gonna break the Ohio State curse. Quarterback curse. He beats Ohio State, man. He'll be trash when he gets to the league.
I got just a small smidge of the hope for Haskins up in Pittsburgh. I got a small smidge.
You know what though? You know what just really let me down? I felt like Cardale Jones never got a shot, and I felt like he was an NFL a prototypical quarterback. He never really got a shot.
Just the field, I thought he was the best. He was the best one to have a chance.
Yeah, I really believe he just didn't get a shot though.
Yeah, but before Justin Fields, I thought he was the best one to have a chance. But I think Fields will break the Ohio State quarterback curse.
Well,
He also should have left after he won the
I
Super
would say,
Bowl.
yeah. I mean, him going
Urban Meyer
national championship.
Urban Meyer messed him up because they had him and Braxton. Was it Braxton Miller? No, not JJ Barrett doing that back and forth guard crap, man. You know, and
that was stupid.
it was.
I mean, but it wasn't though, because week 1, Cardell started and he didn't look good.
He did. Yeah.
That's when you had to throw JC Barrett in there.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they was doing the back and forth though. Like it was like, all right, he was playing.
Cardell started the game though and didn't look good in his opening series.
It was a good problem to have.
It was Cardell's job to lose, and he lost it.
Oh,
he lost at all, bro. He didn't live up to the momentum he carried after winning the national championship.
Wow. Okay.
Because remember,
that's how it went down.
Because remember,
that's how it went down.
That first game was against Virginia Tech, primetime game, and the highlight everybody remember Braxton Miller's run.
That's how it went down.
And then week 2, that's when you had the platoon, and JT Barrett is ultimately finished the season as a starter.
Yeah, that's how it went down, man. Maybe he did himself a disservice, but nonetheless, he didn't get a fair shot when he got to the league. I don't think.
Yeah, because he got drafted. He got drafted to Buffalo.
Buffalo never got to play.
Yeah, he played a little.
He played in Buffalo, but didn't impress. Now once he went to the Chargers and backed up Phillip Rivers, you knew it was over.
And then the Seahawks.
I didn't know who the Seahawks.
I mean, but
he played a little in Buffalo though. He wasn't very impressive though.
And then last 2 years ago, I mean, he was the starting quarterback at XFL.
For Buffalo, yeah. For Buffalo, he played one game.
I only played one game.
11 attempts, 6 completions, 1 interception. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at it right now.
All right.
Didn't get to play.
How many years was he in Buffalo?
1. Then he went to the Chargers. Then he went to he played for the Chargers for a year, never played.
Yeah,
then he went to Seattle.
That's not fair.
He never played.
He never had a fair shot.
He never got a shot.
I guess I've never seen that one. Stat line. I remember seeing that stat line when on Twitter when he's on the ball. Like, oh, I remember seeing it.
No, I believe you. But
I know you believe. I'm just only like, yeah, he never played.
He didn't get fair shot. I'm not too high on Hanson. I still got hopes in him, but man,
got high hopes for you, baby. We gonna see.
He look too good, bro. He look too good.
Well, he's definitely gonna be the backup, because Mason Rudolph in Pittsburgh is terrible right now. So I think he'll beat out Mason Rudolph for the backup job in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Not saying much.
Low risk, high reward for Pittsburgh.
I hope he can turn his career around.
Is Braxton Miller starting the league?
No.
I haven't seen Braxton 2 months ago.
He's doing I think he's doing like a joint venture with Troy Smith, former Ohio State quarterback. They got something going on up there where they from.
That's what's up.
I thought he was gonna be a successful wide receiver.
Yeah, I thought he was too. Shout out Braxton Miller.
Injuries, so this hurt him.
Yeah.
Couldn't stay healthy. Could not stay healthy.
Football like crazy.
Yeah, buddy.
Like, you got the highest projection ever, and just be like, oh, crazy, man.
Yep.
This is Down to the Wire 513, man. Make sure you give us a follow on everything. Down to the Wire 513. Just Google us. That's the best way to find us.
Yes, sir.
Shout out YouTube. Shout out Facebook Live. Shout out Periscope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What y'all think of that dumbass trade by the Clippers?
Man, the Clippers are idiots. They're idiots. You know, a lot of people. Eric Bledsoe gives them scoring. No, he's not that great of a scorer. I looked at it. He's not as injury prone the last 5 seasons. I thought he's played at least 60 games. Actually, he played 61 games 5 years ago. And the rest he's played almost at least 70 games. But he's forgettable. He's averaged like 15 points, which is cool. But what they gave up was defensive toughness and intensity. Leadership as well. Pat Bev, he's a leader of men. You might hate him, but you love him when he's on your team.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And Rondo.
You're right too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's defensive intensity. They got the intangibles, and I just maybe if it was just one of them, they're like, all right, I got this. Okay, I take that. But both of them, they lost a lot.
That was
in
that,
my
was a lot
opinion.
for one guy too. Like Eric
That's
Bledsoe.
how you heard. I said
Yeah.
one of them, and then a no-name guy. I don't know.
Three
Yeah,
players
that yeah.
for Eric Bledsoe. It was definitely not a good basketball trade. But I was talking to you before we hopped on air. It was a good money trade for the Clippers. They got off $30 million in salary, and they created a trade exception space salary slot. So I mean, it was a good money move for the future. But I mean, they just basically said this season is over. They basically just nailed it in for this season by trading away their only really good point guard, actual point guard, and it's really what they needed. Rondo, Eric Bledsoe, he's not. I mean, while he's a plays point guard, he is not a point guard. He's not like going to manage a game, get PG and quiet in their spots like Rondo would. He ain't play defense like Pat Bev would. So I don't know. Man. Basketball wise, it didn't make any sense, but money wise, they got $30 million salary, and they created space for them for their future. But I mean, I don't know what their future looks. I don't think it looks very bright right now. Their business future.
And when you told me that, like I forgot Kawhi was out. Was only supposed to be here. So
are they tanking? Well, no, they should. Still,
they'll make
the play in the game.
They'll compete bottom of the West. They should anyway.
Yeah, they should. If everybody stays healthy, PG stay healthy, they should contend for a playing spot.
Well, who else is there besides PG?
Exactly.
Yeah, they might not make the play. They might not make the playoffs.
Terrence Mann.
This might be a tank. It might be a tank sesh.
But I mean, even with Rondo and Pat Bev, they wasn't going to get anywhere far. Without Kawhi. So
yeah, like they just so happened to already be in the playoffs last year, so it was like they was riding the wave.
Yeah.
And like
unstoppable.
I was about to say, like, come on, let's let. Hey, he was, but I'm just saying. I was like, hold on. I was about to say, you just give me. I can't only give him so much love.
No,
he was
played well enough to where he's off my shit list. I'm not gonna shit on PG for the time being until we do something else.
Oh, Luke Kennard, Marcus Morris, nothing to get you to the playoffs.
They're gonna be in the playing game, man. Hopefully,
fighting for
Reggie
Jackson.
Maybe they get Reggie Jackson back. They got Reggie back.
Pretty nice. They got Yogi Ferrell. Hey, Yogi was my Indiana boy, though.
That's just a name you know from college in the league. I mean, he'll maybe a good 10 minutes off the bench.
He's not even on a guaranteed contract, though. So they're probably not gonna keep him.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, Steve Ballmer gonna cut that just to save that money. I mean, this season, I don't really blame Ballmer for this season. I mean, especially after the way they ended last season, Pat Bev did what he did last season, after what he did in the last game, pushing Chris Paul like that. Get him out of here. Then I think the play they got Rondo out of here is after PG airball, White airball that corner three against Dallas.
And he's like, man, what
was that? Remember that? Y'all remember that? I think that's what got Rondo out of here.
What the hell was it?
So basically, you think Kawhi still running things back behind
somewhat.
So he did re-up.
And I think that I think Ty Lue has to say so too. I think both those players are extremely hard to coach, especially Rondo. I think Rondo's extremely hard to coach. He was in street clothes some playoff games. He was playing. Like he's extremely hard to coach, man. And I think
asshole.
He's like, come on, bro.
But Pat Bev though,
I don't think he might have been that hard to coach. But
I don't think he was. I think, all right, coach, I got you. He one of them guys. I got you, coach.
Yeah, but he won't do it.
No, I disagree. He'll do it. He's the one to do it, but he's the one that.
Well, he knows
he's the one that
pushing Chris Paul.
Well, it was because of what Chris Paul had said when it came out, and the game was over. Series over. And I was after I learned what Chris Paul said. I wasn't mad.
I didn't hear what he said.
He's telling DeMarcus Cousins, my kids got more money than you are in the bank already than what you ever gonna have.
Oh yeah, I did not know that. Hold up,
man. That's a fair. That's an accurate point, but that's still foul. That's a low blow because we know Boogie's about to get a max before he got hurt.
I didn't know that. All right, well, hey man, I don't like Chris Paul, so hey, I was a man when he did it anyway. I don't like Chris Paul, but I think the Clippers are trying to change their culture, and that is not good for.
Well, I think when you said there, like they cleared up a lot of cap space. I'm just looking at next year's free agent class, and the only realistic because it's a lot of restricted free agents that are and guys opt-out player options. The next big three, but I don't think Don't get none of them.
They'll read up.
The only player I think that they will, two guys actually, they have a chance of getting is either Brad Beal. He has opt out of Washington. He has a player option out of Washington, or Zach LaVine. If this experiment with Chicago doesn't work.
Both of those I think are options. Now, Chicago, if they smart, they would offer Zach LaVine back, get him locked up if they smart. Try to keep him there because I mean they have no hope if they lose him. I mean, if they lose him, I don't know if they're gonna get that place.
Yeah, that's it. They might as well go rebuild again.
I would go ahead and try to lock him up.
Who? Chicago.
Zach LaVine in Chicago. Yeah, but for Washington, I mean that's a good move for them to get Brad Beal if if he wants to leave. Besides the bounce, that'd be a good move.
Yeah, make a lot of things like I said. Turn that thing on. Turn.
Good, bro. Good, bro. I don't want anyone all the attention. I was just listening. I just turned the mic off.
But Michael Porter Jr. I mean, he's restricted. Like Mikal Bridges, 8, and like that rookie class.
I think they're gonna sign him to. I think they're gonna get him on a big deal.
So I mean, so it ain't next year's class. I don't see two big names that the Clippers could target next year.
Yeah, and they lock Kawhi up, man. So I don't know what their plans are going to be, man.
And they got their open their stadium in 2022, right? 2022-23 season.
I believe so. I mean, if I'm balling around, I would. Well, they had no choice but to sign Kawhi either.
Yeah.
Why they were in a messy situation, honestly. When they got Kawhi and PG, and they basically, forfeited their whole franchise to get those two dudes.
It was a good move. Good move at the time, but like once Harden went to the Nets, it's like, well.
Since we in the league, KD and Draymond Green blame Kerr and the GM for the Warriors breakup.
Let's talk about that.
I don't agree with that, and the reason I don't agree with that is because they grown ass men. Yeah, Draymond came at you crazy. Draymond said they brought him into the office and told him to apologize, and Draymond laughed. Draymond, that's on you. KD could have apologized too, but y'all both could have apologized. So how is it that you got to have some more grown men tell y'all, okay, make up with each other? Y'all grown as hell.
Yeah.
And then what the truth is, I'd also believe KD left because he was, and the saltiness started coming out afterwards. Oh, Clay and Steph weren't getting, they was getting more love than me, essentially. Like, this is their team.
Like they were
you visiting. And you showed you were visiting.
Basically.
So that's my stance on it.
I'm on the opposite. I'm with Draymond. Like they have that up. That's just owners and coaches. Well, I mean, KD said it too. It's like they tried to brush over it and act like nothing happened. No, we know what happened. And he even said like they needed it during the last dance, the Scottie Pippen moment. Everybody needed to say, "Hey, y'all chill out." But the fact that no one addressed for it, that rubbed KD the wrong way. And then the fact that the owners tried to force Draymond, like Draymond said, "Yeah, I'll talk to him." But why do I apologize? That should have been good enough, because if they would have had a talk, they would have pieced it up and they could have went on and did what they wanted to do. But that's the owners trying to gain control into something like Draymond said, only KD and Draymond can fix. They want to fix it up regardless. But why do you need to tell me what I need to do?
I agree with you, but to Josh's point, if it's only something that Draymond and KD can fix, then how is it Bob Myers?
They grown ass men.
That's my whole thing about it. Now I was on the side too. I was like, okay, well, yeah, it's their fault to try and make, but both of them said it should have been somebody in the locker room should have been like, yo, what the fuck is that? We shouldn't even did this. That's on all of them. Steph Curry,
That's if you want to be real.
It's on Steph
it's
Curry.
On Steph and Clay.
If you want to be real, it's on Steph. Yeah, Steph and Clay and KD and Draymond. It's on all four of them. If you want to be real, it's on
Iguodala.
Yeah, all them vets. It's on all of them.
But the fact.
Nah, bro.
But
biggest on Iguodala.
But the fact Draymond he was gonna talk to him. But why does Bob Myers need to go and tell him that?
Because Bob Myers had done it because it didn't happen yet. If it would have happened when KD said when in the locker room, we all came out and said, "Yo, what the fuck was that?" Steph should came out and said, "Yo, as a leader of this locker room, Steph is the leader of the locker room. I don't care what nobody says. KD knew. KD obviously that's why he left. KD knew that. He was probably because Steph was the main dude. Steph should have got up and said, "Look, man, leading the locker room, Steve Kerr, get the fuck out. This will be all the players. Look, what happened there? Let's get this figured out." And Steph and Clay, if they were both gonna do it together, one of them, they should have came
More
together
so,
and did that as a team.
more,
Like, yo,
more so Iguodala.
we need
you
to get
ask
this.
me.
Yeah, the whole back core should have all pulled the team aside, had a team players only meeting, and squash that shit right there. The fact that I think they all scared of Draymond. That's why nobody do. That's why KD didn't say
That's why
nothing.
Draymond. That's why
Steph didn't say
Draymond.
nothing.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
all scared of Draymond.
because we know like Steph isn't that. I would say Steph is that vocal. Yes, we know
He's a nice
leader.
guy.
He's a leader, but he's not that vocal.
Bro, I don't care.
He's your on court leader, but I'm not saying that to say you're wrong either. He's
right.
your on court leader.
You gotta step up to something like that.
But I think more so Iguodala and Clay looked like he talked in and out. Just with all the social media, I thought he was a little bit quiet, but all the social media, he talked. So no, I don't blame the management.
Steph, dude. You see Steph last year when they was getting their ass beat, screaming at them in the timeout. You seen Steph? Come on, man.
I think that's a different Steph too, because now he had to be, and somebody told him like, bruh.
Draymond was still on the team.
Draymond was on that bench.
Yeah,
cussed out by Steph too.
Yeah. All I'm saying, it was a different dynamic. Steph, I'm not saying that to absolve him, but I really think Iguodala was the guy. The leader like that. Like I don't blame the management. At the end of the day, they grown ass men and they could have apologized to each other. They went to him. He said no. But no matter what you say is, I've had my parents tell me that I need to apologize to one of my sisters, and I ain't agree with that either. And sometimes I didn't do it, but at some point we talked and then we got it over with because it was our business.
Exactly. It was a night after. It was a game after. Like he said, it was. They flew back home and they had a meeting with him that night. Then the next morning, because they tried to get him apologize for it that night, and they said, "Oh, obviously,
45 minutes. Somebody in the room couldn't get through it. Sorry, go ahead."
So it wasn't like a week went by and the team was like, "Oh, it just happened." Like, give them time. Yeah, they was gonna talk. They was gonna talk eventually.
I mean, if you want to blame the management for getting involved at all, then I blame them for that, getting involved at all.
Right.
It's locker room shit. It's player shit. It shouldn't get involved at all.
That's why I'm like, yes, that.
So Bob Myers shouldn't get involved at all. Steve Kerr wouldn't have me with you and talk to you. Bob Myers wasn't there. He don't know what was said. Bob Myers was there.
Okay.
But he wasn't right. He was on the bench. He wasn't that close to see what happened. You know, GMs, they be at all games mostly. They want to. They can go to all games, but they be standing in the fucking tunnels. They don't be sitting on the bench. They be in the tunnel. They be sitting in the box. You know. So he wasn't there on the court. He didn't know what was said. He didn't know if he heard what was said. You know, through the grapevine. Then if you want to get involved, bring both of them together and meet with them together. All three of y'all, and Steve Kerr and whoever else you want to meet with. All y'all meet together and then squash the shit that way. But don't bring Draymond aside and then not tell nobody about it. You know, and then expect him to
They was kissing KD's ass for sure. But
and then bit him in the ass and end up fucking him up.
I think I can't blame management though.
And the fact that they still went on to win championship that year.
No, I think that's the year they lost, and KD left.
Yeah, that's the year they lost.
Yeah, KD towards.
Yeah, that's the year he started getting hurt, and then he started sitting out, and then he came back.
Got hurt. Yeah.
Well, because one Draymond said after that year, I knew he was already done, and the only reason he said KD came back was the thought of the three-peat.
No, he said after the second championship, he said he already knew he was gone because he said just the way shit was going. But he said that year is the year they had that fight, that third year.
And he was leaving anyways because he knew as much as I don't have an issue, you know, we talked about it on the show, I don't have an issue with him going to Golden State, but he knew that was Steph and Clay's team. And he was the finals MVP and stuff, but it was Steph and Clay's team.
He said that. And Draymond said that. He said he sensed that when he was that second year, he said even after we won, and Draymond ain't said this, but niggas wasn't giving KD that love that KD thought he deserved. They were still looking at, okay, the Warriors. It wasn't like KD. KD was like the Warriors. Steph, the Warriors. So after that year, he said, you know, I think the only reason he came back is to get the three-peat. He said, after that year, I think if they had no chance to get three-peat, they lost that year, he would have left. I think. The second year, he would have left. I think Draymond did that too.
He knew it was up. Like, and the tweets and the interviews afterwards showed that he knew. He said, they weren't getting the same criticism as me, and they weren't getting, it was getting a look. It's like, bro, that's Steph City.
Right.
That's his town.
Right.
Steph is to the Warriors what Mike is to Chicago.
Yep. I think KD low-key happy they didn't win that. They didn't three-peat.
I agree.
Think he would have been in a tougher situation. Like, damn, do I really want to leave after we get three-peated? I think he still would have left, honestly.
When we could four-peat,
I think he still would have left, or maybe he would have came back until they lost. But I think if he would have came back, would have got even worse that next year. Would have been an even bigger blow up the next year if he came back. Even bigger blow up. Because he didn't want to be there.
But that would have been yeah, that's same because they would have to pay KD. He would have wanted the max.
Yeah.
I don't think they would. Well, COVID happened, so who would known that they would have forfeited? I don't think they would have forfeited. Right.
If they would have kept those 40 together, they would have been damn hard to beat.
Yeah, that's a fact. If everybody's healthy,
man,
because they three people sure if everybody's healthy, then the Raptors don't beat them.
They said easily. Like they said easily. Easily beat. Probably just with them boys.
Yeah. Maybe goes 5 if they take one night off. Kawhi squeeze one in, maybe. But back to the original point. They played a part a little bit, but to me, these grown men. Yeah. How you gonna blame grown men that other grown men that they amend y'all argument? If anything, like Rand said, it ain't the GM and you can blame Steve Kerr a little bit more than that, but it's really the player's fault.
That's the point. Like I said, ownership. That's my own thing. Don't step in. Like I said, y'all don't know what happened. Don't step in.
But that's one small tidbit, though. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, ownership they thought it was kind of over with, but the players felt the tension going forward, and nobody can and nobody. Okay, that's initial snap reaction. They shouldn't have did it. Cool, but who was gonna say something as the season? They like, man, they looking at each other funny, or man,
they ain't joking no more together.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't laughing at joking.
And they was talking about it because that's what happens. Steph was, whatever, I can see him, it is what it is. It is cool. Yeah. They'll work it out. And yeah, they worked it out right out of, into what the situation you're in now.
Yeah, but like I said, we know now that Draymond met, and I'm pretty sure he told somebody that owner, well, the hell, he said they suspended him, so they knew what was up. Why'd you suspend him? For an argument with a teammate, like that's
what KD said on the runway too. He said they tried to suspend him, man. But that's what I don't understand what KD was saying though. He said they act like nothing happened, but they suspended him.
Yeah, they more than anything.
KD kind of confused me with what he was saying. I was kind of lost with what he was trying to say. Like he said they act like nothing happened, but then they suspended him on green, so they wasn't trying to happen.
Because they were trying to baby KD. Because they knew he was a big part of the championship run. Yeah. They basically trying to keep him happy and trying to do that, trying to basically defend KD by suspending Draymond, fuck everything up.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like I said, I can't blame Bob Myers because I don't think Bob Myers being locked in like, all right, guys, what the fuck was that? That's what that to be Stephen Curry or Klay Thompson or Andre Iguodala or somebody like that to be in locked in. All right, y'all, what happened right there? Why Draymond? Why did you say that you think he's about to? Jeremiah, I think Jeremiah said something to the fact like, man, you're already out of here. And KD was like, well, for real, how you feel? I think it's something the fact that was said. So I don't know. Players should have stepped up and said something.
KD was like, it was confusing. Like KD, I wasn't mad at you. I was mad at management. They didn't say nothing. Or the management said something to me, and it's like, bro, why you need these other grown men? Like, are you a grown man or not? Like, why you need somebody else to tell you to step in? And like you said, they definitely stepped in.
Yeah, like
suspended.
You saw they suspended.
That was weird, but it's just easier to blame somebody else than take accountability.
Yeah.
Soft stuff.
Yep, man.
I can't blame. Yeah, they played the part, but them two Because you got to mend your own. They grown men. These ain't college and high school kids.
So y'all, okay.
Well, so we got college kids. It's like they kids. At the end of the day, they still teenagers. These grown ass men, and they 30.
So y'all more upset for KD saying, "Man, fuck that up."
No, they both said it.
I know they both said it. I get why Draymond Green said it because he got fucking suspended and they talked to him.
Well, Draymond said it because they were trying to force it.
Exactly.
That's why they fucked up.
That's why I agree with Draymond for that part.
They fucked up for even getting involved.
That's why I say, man.
But I can't say it's their fault though.
Yeah, I can't say they fucked the whole dynasty up. They didn't fuck the dynasty up.
They're grown, bro.
They didn't fuck the dynasty up. Y'all fucked the dynasty.
Like I said, now we having a different conversation if these are kids at Duke in North Carolina or Ohio State, whatever school, and it's like these kids they
here.
You need a mediator to come out, like where the coach you looking up is like dad, and you're like, hey, Tom Izzo, come on, man, let's talk, man, let's get this, what's going on? Y'all grown as hell.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine us having an issue and we just not saying anything. Like, man, even on our own situation where I was like, man, I'm gonna say something. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna say something. I ain't like that.
Yep. Next time, I'm gonna say something.
I
ain't really like the way.
Yeah. We talked about. I told you that. Yeah, like, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we talked about. I ain't like. Yeah. I ain't like that. It's like I can't.
Say, well, I'm about to live with that shit.
Yeah, like right.
I'm gonna bring that shit up. Like, yo, why'd that happen? Was there some beef here with us, or what's going on? Yeah.
Yeah, like, and
for him to not.
But neither one of them did not make the situation right.
Like, I was scary, man. What's going on?
Like, and KD ain't the tough. I love KD. He's probably my second favorite player in the league, but he ain't the toughest mental. No, he's a soft guy mentally.
He's just not.
And I'm not talking about basketball mental toughness. I'm just talking about like,
you like thin skin.
Yeah, you like Jesus Christ. Like somebody called him the B word. Like,
take it personal.
like it's personal and it's gonna stick.
Yeah.
Where we other niggas wake up the next day like, oh yeah, what's up, man? It's cool. I ain't thinking
that's why him and Kyrie so cool.
Yeah.
They both just take shit to heart.
Like, you sitting there like, what?
Why are you
like you call LeBron to be that pisses him off. He always hoops harder, but I feel like you wake up the next day and it's like, yeah, boys, yeah. So what? Oh, my bad, bro. I ain't even, it was heated tomorrow. Yeah, you know how that should be. KD, let's go out to dinner, man, and let me buy you a bottle. But I mean,
you can't blame that.
Yeah, no way. But T says you can, so.
For Draymond, KD can't say it, but
Draymond's perspective, yes.
But what about
from Draymond's point of view?
What about as a whole, from you looking on the outside looking in?
We talk about when it first happened, or now that I know everything. Because when it first happened, yeah, okay, I would have thought like, okay, yeah, something was said like behind the scenes. But now that I know that happened, I get why Draymond said everything. But KD, I'm with you. Yeah, KD after the game could have.
As a whole, I want to know.
KD could have went to Draymond and squashed. They could have had they.
As a whole, I want to know what you think though. Are they because they're blaming them?
I'm blaming management.
Huh?
I'm blaming management. Like I said, for that, they shouldn't have stepped in the first. Let them handle it.
And everyone with the whole thing.
Well, it was already too late though. By that point, in KD's mind, it was already too late because KD said that nothing ever happened. KD wanted somebody to step in right after the game. Nobody did that. Obviously, he wasn't going to do that, which I kind of feel why he wouldn't want to be like, yo, Draymond, because that was kind of like, yo, why you starting back up, KD? Like, if y'all was arguing together. Somebody else, Steph, Andre, Clay, all three of them should have been like, yo.
Yeah, leave him Boogie.
What's going on here? Like, yeah, because KD could have said,
yeah, Boogie on the 10. That's a good point. Yeah. He's vocal. You said he vocal. Gee, y'all know y'all ain't supposed to be talking to each other like that, or what's up? What's the issue? Let's squash it.
Let's talk this out.
Yeah, man. I can't blame management, but I mean, yeah, they might have.
That's a whole team issue. Y'all wasn't as cool as y'all supposed to be as a team.
Facts. It just makes me think of, like I said, and ours, obviously ours ain't televised. I'm just thinking like, I just was telling like, bro, I ain't like that, bro. I'm gonna say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, KD, that's soft.
Yeah.
And I like KD, but this
As a
is
team, they just failed as a team. The whole
yeah,
team
they
just-
failed as a team. I can't blame management
It
because
wasn't as cool as it was supposed to be.
I don't. The real reason is they blame him for the whole break. KD was leaving. He was leaving.
That's just his excuse.
Yeah, KD was leaving.
That's just
So
his excuse. He just didn't want to be like, yeah, I just left because I felt like I can't.
yeah, you can't say that. You can't. You just. How can you say that though? Like you know what I'm saying?
That wasn't
Yeah,
mine.
because that was Steph's
That
team.
wasn't mine.
Because then it makes your rings
I came
illegitimate,
and
kind of.
joined, and I wanted to like, even though I came there with Kyrie, like we worked out together, so it's like came together. Like there I kind of come here with y'all. I came to y'all, and Kyrie going there together. So I think that's why he left.
Yeah, so you got my boy on there. We got a comment. He was out regardless. He was gone, bro. He was
Out of here.
he was leaving.
He's out here.
KD knew he was leaving OKC that year when he was leaving. Like
He said that too, man. KD said that. KD, man, he said a lot in that interview. A lot of shit he said on the slide that people didn't catch. I was like, damn, that's how you really felt, KD. And he said he was. He said I was watching y'all the whole time. He said, I just saw I fit in perfectly there, man. I saw it the whole time. I took the meeting and stuff just so I could pick the meetings, but like, come on, bro. Seriously, you think about waste people's time, bro.
that's lame, bro.
That's what he just said. Like, I waste motherfuckers' time. I know I was going to go through the whole time.
That's lame.
Man, come on.
But
That's that PG shit. That's what PG did. Well, at least he didn't take the meeting in LA. At least he didn't take the fucking meeting. he just made a fucking TV show about it. But still.
Weird activity.
That's that weirdo shit, man.
Weird.
I love KD. I think he's
I love you heard that. I love him too. Like, but
that's him, man.
Hey, that's the stuff that make you go like this, bro.
Hey, why you gotta lie for it, bro?
Yeah, man. What else we got? We got anything else? FBI's joining the investigation into Watson.
I seen that earlier. I'm pretty sure I seen that.
And Aaron Rodgers doesn't want a 21 farewell tour. I mean, he's like, boy, I ain't retiring. I ain't telling you I'm retiring. Yeah, so what you give me a farewell for a tour yet? This is gonna be.
So we know he got a Green Bay.
That's a very weird situation. How do you move forward? If I'm Green Bay, I mean, yeah, you want to win, but I'll go ahead and throw in the young boy, man.
If they start the season out bad, I'm like, Aaron, it's your last ride.
So you gonna piss off a whole locker room because Aaron Rodgers is leaving.
They start out shitty. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, so what?
Aaron not starting.
I'm just saying. I say if. I ain't say the what. I say if. Start out shitty. What you gonna do?
I just don't know, bro.
You rather the wheels fall. Unless I'm mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, that's when you throw Jordan Love.
Kind of got a choice but to play Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, I agree, but it's like they don't put him. They don't like. If I'm Green Bay, I wouldn't even want it. When a guy like him don't want to come back at all,
let him go. But let him go, man.
I'm trading him though. I mean, because they're about to get him. What they're hoping, and I know they're not saying this. What they're hoping if they come back, they win. Maybe let's say even win a Super Bowl. And this is what I love about Green Bay. I want to stay, but that's what they're hoping for.
He out.
Oh no, but I agree.
He might fall off the cliff.
Either or.
Only reason he's coming back is because the team, the players.
But they're good enough to where if he needs to be decent, but he could not be MVP and they can still be pretty good. Their roster's pretty good. But they can still be. I ain't gonna say they can be Super Bowl, but they can be pretty good though.
Not with Jordan Love at quarterback. I'm sorry.
I said he could be. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
He could play not to what he played last year, and he could still be decent.
Well, yeah, last year's MVP.
They're gonna be in Super Bowl contention this year, though. They're gonna be state contenders.
If Aaron Rodgers plays what he played last year, he is. If he plays. Let's say he plays like he played.
They're gonna beat the Vikings twice.
It's still gonna
stop
it. I don't know, man. I would be conflicted to give Aaron Rodgers what he wants. I'd be like, man, if you start the season out shitty, I'm gonna go ahead.
Well, then the fact that but you think if Aaron Rodgers can't win with what's out there, I mean, yeah.
If you're not gonna win, but I might as well give him Dizzy reps.
I wouldn't even say reps. It's just like we effed up and Jordan Love's not the guy.
Simply Mario say him and Rodgers and Adams going to Vegas.
Yeah, because I mean they looking like they don't want to pay Devontae Adams either.
Yeah, they.
Well, I think Devontae Adams didn't want to deal with him either, though.
At first he didn't. Then
Then
Rodgers
Aaron
came back.
came back, like, okay, I'll
and
rock
they
with
said, nah, bro. We you back? Was he back? Nah, bro.
Because you don't want to be here for real. And this dude only gonna be here for a year, so no, we're not giving you a long time
course. His money up to be smart. Money comes first, and especially in NFL. I like that contract.
Yeah, forget about Aaron Rodgers and all that. Because guess what? You got there this year. You tear that Achilles, pop that knee. Guess what? Now you come back, and now you got to prove to us that you can play.
We're gonna give you a $2.5 million. You want $18 million? You get $2.5 million for next year, bro.
Yeah,
so, every single snap.
That's what Green Bay have enough, man. They not paying them guys, and then like I say, not listening to the franchise quarterback. Yeah, you went ahead and drafted a rookie last year, and I win MVP. You're not giving. I won MVP, and you didn't even give me no help at wide receiver. I'm throwing the one guy.
Yeah, and then the guy that he wanted to keep, they let him go, and he goes, "Where's the Buffalo?
Yeah,
balling out. Looking like an all-star. They look like a Pro Bowler. They said like a star receiver. I forget his name, but they said he's balling out. Aaron Rodgers want to keep him in Green Bay. They said nah.
There's no offense to Randall Cobb, but he's past like
over the moon. He's past the prime.
Bring Clay Matthews back because they asked.
What they said. And Rodgers ain't asked. He told him. He said bring him back. All caps.
So that's another management situation.
Yeah, man. And then I can close. I don't think we might have talked about it last week, but Oklahoma and what's the other school joining the SEC?
Texas.
Yeah, Oklahoma and Texas joining the SEC. That's big. That's big news.
I hate it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Man. But hey,
it's about the money. So
making money moves.
But you see what the counter is though. Now it's talks. I don't know how far they've gotten yet, but now the Big Ten, ACC, and the Pac-12 are talking about coming together and being one super conference.
Holy shit! Hold up. Who? The
ACC, Big Ten, Pac-12, and I think the Big 12.
So that's like the whole regions of the whole damn country.
Right.
That's not gonna make no sense, man. That's the only reason I don't like that SEC move. Now they are kind of south, but not. SEC the Southern Eastern Conference. Texas ain't Southeastern.
Exactly.
That's why I'm not cool with that. I wanted to kind of stay traditional with the regions at least. And if they trying to make that one power conference, it's gonna be like teams from the East Coast, teams from the West Coast. You got Oregon in the Pac-12. You got USC.
A lot of traveling.
Like, bro, what? Just call it the NFL Junior or something. Like,
exactly.
NFL, what is this, man? What is going on here?
That's why when these schools are money hungry, man.
What's
crazy.
going on here, man? It's all the money, but NCAA is so corrupt, man.
And y'all taking what made NCAA so great with the traditions and the rivalries and everything. Y'all destroying what y'all built. Makes no sense.
It's gonna be like a 40-team conference. This is gonna be
crazy.
I
don't know how far along they are or how true it's gonna happen, but
somebody gonna stop that shit.
I will talk about
RP to the Big East.
Yeah, man, best conference ever, especially basketball.
I hate this one.
That's what I'm talking about too. You know, I'm talking about basketball.
Football, very trash football. Yeah, basketball.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
Yeah, man.
Super conference. I look at it.
Give me my Georgetown and Syracuse rivalry back.
Yeah, man. So what we got anything left, brothers?
Well, I know what everybody been waiting for. Yeah, I forgot about it. Fantasy football is back this year.
Hey, we back.
We're doing 12 to 15. Yeah, 12 to 15 teams this year. 15 max for sure. $20 per head. Posters out.
Did you say 15 teams?
12 to 15.
12 to 15.
Bro, what?
12 to
did we have a vote on this or something? Ain't gonna be no free agency.
I didn't hear about this.
Hey, that's how many people want to.
Hey, yeah. You gotta pick smart. It's gonna be a thin team.
That's how many people want to get in.
You gotta pick smart.
Make smart. Make trades. Something.
12 to 15. Bro.
A big pot.
Ain't gonna be no free agents. We're gonna have to. We don't worry. I'll set it up. We're gonna have to get rid of. We're gonna have to get rid of like two bench seats. We'll work it out. We'll work it out.
That's a max. I mean, but I know a lot of people said they want it's interesting.
Yeah, man. So Let us know if you want to play.
First come, first serve.
Drop your email
on our Facebook Live.
Yeah, hey, TJ, that's what I said. 15. They playing too much. They playing too much.
Cap it at 10?
No, 12. 12, 14 max. I mean, 14 is a
He
lot
said
too.
14, but 15.
Bro, that's a whole. That's a whole.
14. My bad. Yeah, you can't do 15 because that's
12 to
14.
15, only 2 more 10.
No, you can't do.
That's 12. That's 10 the players off the board that would be in free agents.
Right.
14 has to be the max. That's even.
12 is probably the best, but we'll see how it goes. I'm always up for a challenge.
About it.
If you if you want to get in, drop your email. First come, first serve on the money side. You'll get in. Draft day is it'll probably be the. We'll probably do draft. We'll probably do draft on show night.
What?
He said Terry drafting Tebow.
First pick.
We'll probably draft on the Wednesday before the first NFL game. During the show, it's gonna be a blast. I can't wait.
Hey, it's gonna be a show.
That'd be 200. I gotta do the math for you. I can't do the math.
What would be 200?
The episode.
Oh, I was about to say, like, bro, because if you talking about come on, bro. Do you need to take you back that Withrow education? I was about to say, like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, so what?
I said no. We gotta do that Tuesday because Wednesday I'm going to wrestling. I was being 100.
Man, bro, boy's going to wrestling.
I'm just being show. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be on the show. If y'all do the show,
I was trying to go to that too.
I'm going to AEW that Wednesday. I'm so
something else, man. This damn wrestling, man.
Hey,
I'm trying to get y'all up off of this. The Texas Rattlesnake.
On it?
No, man. The Texas Rattlesnake don't wrestle no more. The Rock.
You just gotta go to the show, man, and watch the storyline.
I don't watch it every week, but it's pretty
entertaining, man.
Once, twice a month, I watch.
They got Rey Mysterio eyeballs getting protested. He's getting thrown off of buildings. This is crazy.
That's entertaining.
He's getting thrown off buildings.
How's he still alive? Like this, like bro, how is he still alive?
Like this nigga.
He's
the only person that really died in the ring was like the Undertaker. Come on, he's the Undertaker. Now, like this is as fake as it gets.
It's scripted. Scripted as it gets.
Okay.
We don't use F word. We don't use F word.
With that being said, my boy Flyman Rand, VT Bland, and myself, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all got anything else,
appreciate y'all rocking out with us as always.
Down to the wire 513. Catch y'all next week. It's on.